Framed by towering mountains and showered with sunlight
and artificial light, the 2-mile California Speedway is about to begin a new tradition by hosting the NASCAR Nextel Cup Series for a race to the Sunday sunset. This is much more than just another 60 minutes of television. This is 500 miles of horsepower and racing heroes with a splash of Hollywood.
From the Hollywood Hills, 43 of stock car racing's finest appear in a drama so real you'll find it hard to believe. From the creators of NASCAR comes the summer's biggest hit, the Race to the Chase. The frontrunner,
Jeff Gordon wins the Brickyard 400 for a fourth time.
A troubled contender.
Jimmy came on the radio. He said nothing will turn over. It's done. Third straight week.
A champion vilified.
He spun Casey at Darlington for no reason. He's lost his temper over and over again. He's having a beat.
And a driver they call Junior.
Junior wins Bristol.
500 miles from the finish, the plot thickens. Hopeful contenders aim to outrun each other with one thing in mind: the race to the chase.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me double shot and time.
Saturday, on a rather sunny Saturday evening here in Fontana, California, we welcome you to the final regular season race on the Season 3 schedule. They're running the Axalta We Paint Winners 400. On a Monday morning in Darlington, South Carolina, Mother Nature gave way to Caleb Hoffman when the seas of South Carolina roughed up many drivers. Mother Nature gave way to Caleb Hoffman after a torrential downpour that lasted about an hour and a half. Caleb Hoffman was awarded his third win of the year. Tonight at California, we have some interesting headlines, to say the least. 5 drivers fighting for 3 spots in the chase. The highest of those starters, Derek Lewis, who starts in 9th tonight. However, of these 5 drivers, we got Derek Lewis, Jonathan Morrison, Robert Smith, Zach Speed, and KFC Cup Series. All of them are fighting for the final 3 spots on the chase grid. Because the chase starts next week, this is going to be the night that many drivers are going to be under insane amounts of stress. And if we get a new winner, that means 2 drivers are going to be in the chase. So many of these drivers that are on the cusp, like Robert Smith in the 2, who's currently 17th right now, just 2 points out. KFC Cup Series, who's 16th, he's got a 2-point cushion over the 17th place guy. He is currently the last driver in the chase. Anyways, chase drama aside, we should get to the race menu. Tonight we got 34 cars, just like always, 14 laps. Night racing at California. Originally, we're going to be starting in with the sun starting to set in the San Gabriel Mountains. And then as the night goes on, the track is going to change. However, it's still going to be slick due to how hot it is during the day, and the track bringing up a lot of oils from the asphalt. So it's really going to be a case of survival of the fittest tonight at California. So while we're at it, let's take a look at your starting lineup. Row 1, we find the Mountain Dew Pitch Black Chevrolet and the Aris Toyota. Row 2, we have the M&M's Toyota in the Furniture Row Chevrolet. Row 3 finds the Smithfield Foods Ford and the FedEx Toyota. Row 4 finds the Axalta Special Chevrolet for this race and the AAA Insurance Ford. Row 5 finds two drivers fighting for the remaining 3 spots. Two of the 5 fighting for the remaining 3 spots. If Jonathan Morrison starts tonight and finishes inside the top 5 with at least 1 lap led, or just finishes inside the top 5, he will lock himself in. Same with Zach Speed in the 20 or Derek Lewis in the 42. Then you got Darnell Matthew in the 55 taking over for the rest of the season with a pretty fast 11th place qualifying run, and Dylan Murway to his outside. Row 7 finds the 31R in the Hassan Nation Chevrolet. Row 8 finds the Motorcraft Ford in the Ortho Fire Ant Killer Ford. Row 9 finds the Cobalt Tool Chevrolet and the Menards Chevrolet. Meanwhile, we're going to look for the rest of the field. We're going to dial up last week's winner, Caleb Hoffman. Hey, buddy, it's Benny Parsons, Caleb Hoffman, NBC booth. You got us? Yeah, BP. You're going for a track that, from one part of the country where it was blazing hot during the day, to another part of the country where the conditions are going to be completely different. Originally, if we didn't have that rain, we were supposed to start in mid-afternoon conditions. Darlington, now you're going to go to a track where a race tonight where it's going to change and it's going to be pretty hot. So how will you prepare yourself for this? Since we got the 3 wins, we're pretty well a lock for the chase. Ace here at Darlington, here with our win last week at Darlington. So in a way, it's just gonna be kind of a fun night. Sure, we'll be up there and contend, but we'll just see what we got for tracks like Chicago for the chase. Cause we got several good tracks coming up. Like we got intermediate tracks like Texas. We won on Vegas all the way back in race 2. So about the intermediate tracks in this chase, like Chase could help us. Plus, we actually visited some of those tracks earlier in the year, like Texas at the end of the round of 16, and we visited Atlanta for the second and final time at the end of the year. So, anyways, our Air Center at Toyota is pretty good tonight. Pretty good. It's got a shot to contend, and I hope we put this thing in victory lane for win number 4. All right, good luck down there, Benny. Down there, bud. You too, Benny. Such a nice gentleman. I know. He's a good kid. Wish him a lot of luck. One more thing I'd like to bring up before we go green here is during the day, the temperatures were actually forecasted to get close to 100 degrees. Triple-digit heat. Right now, it is currently 92 degrees. This is currently almost 6:30 here locally in the San Gabriel Mountains. There also nothing we're gonna have to drivers are gonna contend with because the sun is gonna set right behind turn 3, right? Behind turn 3. So the way the sun reflects off these cars is it's gonna cause a pretty big visibility problem. So they actually have a special visor for this race. There's a lot of special things that these drivers just have to keep themselves safe. So like they got extra water bottles, whereas typically in a car you're allowed to have 2 per race. Here you're allowed to have 2 extra in the car and as many as you need in the pits, knowing how hot the weather is and how these drivers are going to have to stay hydrated. This is going to be one of the most nervous nights of the year for 5 drivers. At the end of tonight, we got to find out who the final 16 drivers are to compete for a championship, with the chase starting next week at next race at Loudon. Pace car is off. Hunter Miller leads them down. Green flag for the final regular season race in the air on NBC. Oh my God. Four wide already in turn 2. Hunter Miller didn't really get going a whole very well in the start. That's what really kind of jumbled up the running order. Here's Jacob Tube already from 7th. He's going to come out of turn 2 in 3rd. Going to pass 4 cars. Is Jonathan Wishart in the 18 comes to the lead. 3 wide behind them coming out of turn 2. 4, 55, and 31. Through 3 and 4 into the shade. Also, it's going to be interesting to see how these drivers with this tire, that new tire that they brought here, that is the same tire that they ran back in June. Back in the Michigan race a couple races ago. It's the same tire that ran there. So it's going to be pretty interesting knowing how soft and it's going to be pretty interesting to see how that tire works. Tire works as the night goes on. Lap number 1 just barely goes to the 18 of Wishart. We do like to let you know that with Jonathan Morrison starting this race tonight, due to his cushion of points that he got during the year, he is now a member of the Season 3 chase. He has clinched a spot, however, he has not locked a spot in the chase with a win. In it all this season, he came very close Tuesday at Darlington. Well, he came very close Monday at Darlington. A lot of hard racing further back. He got Zach Speed almost. Look at that, just drove in very deep right here. It looks like, oh, look at this. Jacob Tube going low. Low on the 18, going out of 2. He does, and can he clear him? Not really, he can't quite clear him. There he does. New leader. The lead goes to the 24 car here at California Auto Club Speedway tonight. Definitely quite a similar start. Art in a way, because we had a guy at the start bottle up the field because of issues. Except those issues didn't really necessitate a caution. It was just more, issues because the 5 spun the tires, the 19 had a good start. I think the 5 tried anticipating the start. In fact, he was trying to go and he just faked him and fortunately caught him off guard. But it was quite beneficial for his teammate. As of right now, the cut line is 3:42:20. And there is a tie right now. Right now for the lead for the final transfer spot position. Between the 14 and the 2, the 14 has technically, the 2 has a tiebreaker based on wins. So I'm sure the 14 is going to be relatively urgent tonight. Oh, Zuck's Moon 22 got in the 4 car. Tire rubbing on. They're rubbing on each other right there, all the way down into 3. 3 right there. And oh, caution's out. We got one in the wall. Got one going around. From straight away, it is the 27. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Spinning down into the infield grass. First caution is out at 4 laps. And right about here is where the track really kind of started to change. Started to change a little bit, especially as the race kind of started to go on. Race went on, just kind of saw the 88 was starting to fade a little bit. He started the race in 20th. He is now 27th at the moment of caution. It was just 27 and just lost it out 4, slid into the grass. Surprisingly, it wasn't much in the way of damage, personally. Could have been a lot worse. The splitter could have dug in and ripped it completely from the car. So, this could have been much worse. Ron's Cup Series is going to be restarting at the back. We're going to restart on lap number 5. With the back to the restart in a moment. Here at California, you're watching NASCAR on NBC. He's back here at California with the coverage of the Axalta Elite Paint Winners 400. You see the gorgeous sunset over in turn 4. You see the lights have started to come on at this joint. And this means that this track is about to be lit. It's about to heat up here on this restart as the pace car begins to pull in. And Jacob Tube's going to bring the field down. Ready. 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 Green flag, green flag. They continue to fan out here on the front stretch. The 11 all the way down to the apron. The 42 trying to make the move. Move on. Please let each other up. Derek Lewis with an amazing move on the inside. I'm totally not Kyle Larson-esque fashion. 4 wide out of turn number 2. Can't really get the position. The 11's going to run him down. Here comes a 3 up the middle. Oh my god, this is the kind of competitive racing we love seeing at tracks like this. Derek Lewis all the way out of nowhere to second. Can he get the lead? And out of 4. He gets the spot. Morrison, Wishart fights back on the inside. This, my friends, is what you call good race. Some pretty decent racing here on this restart. Hoffman up in 6th right now. Now with his teammate in the 11. They are still side by side. They are still 3 wide. Hide behind these drivers. None of these drivers have nowhere to have a spot or any room to go, especially further back. They are 4 wide coming out of turn 2. In the 3, I'm sorry. 4 wide coming into 3. The 6 up against the inside wall. Oh, that probably wasn't going to work. Much ball always in the wall. Oh, front straightaway trouble. Zoex Moon in the 22. Oh, another car. Another car spinning. Another car spinning. Spinning up. Up top. Getting further up. Yo! Right up the track. Another car spinning further up. That is the... I think it's the 40... Oh, no, it's the 11 spinning to the inside in turn 1. Caution will wave. Second one of the night. And man, that could have been big. It could have been a lot worse when everybody saw that 22 come back up across the track. You knew it could have been. And a pretty big wreck. Huh. Caution will wave. Want to give you an update on the chase standings right now. It is Jonathan Morrison currently claiming the 13th spot. Derek Lewis leading the group of 5 drivers. He is in 13th right now. Jonathan Morrison is 14th in points. Zach Speed is 15th. So he will make it a chase for the third straight year. The 20 team will be a chase contender if they can survive. The rest of this race tonight. And as we all know, with these races, the first half is just a warm-up of things to come. The 11 and 22 have gotten tired. We're down and off pit road in a relative quick hurry. After a quick caution, they restart towards the rear of the field, 27th and 28th. So meanwhile, while everybody was coming out of pit road, there's a scuffle between the five car and the 41 as he was coming out. Jacob Tube does have a fact. Oh, wow. So this is going to be an interesting restart, as this is the first time Jacob Tube has to restart in a traffic situation. So with this caution, it puts Hunter Rizzoni, who got into the chase and originally was going to restart further up. He's going to restart towards the middle of the group. Darnell Matthew and Nate Sherman are going to be on the front row with Caleb Hoffman and Jacob Tube in row 2, Hunter Miller and Derek Lewis, row 3, Jonathan Morrison and Eric Gamer, row 4, Dylan Murway and Jonathan Wisher, row 5. And you gotta say, pretty impressive run for the 43 team tonight. When you think about it, very impressive run for them. Staying up in the top 10, they could very well go to victory lane. Same with Darnell Matthew. If he's able to finish this race, he could take away a spot from a guy like Robert Smith in the 2 car, who is currently fifth, the last cut man. So it's going to be interesting. All 5 the drivers trying to fight for the last 3 spots. Odds on the chase grade, we got Derek Lewis, Jonathan Morrison, KFC Cup Series. All 5 of them are in the top 20. And this means knowing how chaotic these restarts can get, especially with what we saw last week at Darlington, if that was any indication, we are going to be in for quite the show on the restart. Pace car is in. Green flag back into the air. Nate Sherman with a great restart and a huge shot for the 24. Don't worry, that was probably preparation for the chase, especially on restarts at a place like Talladega, or just trying to help your buddy, because you don't know what it can come down to. It could come down to get to the championship 4. It could come down to a restart with a clump of cars. And look at KFC Cup Series rim riding out of turn 2. The 20 follows in his draft. Nate Sherman clear of the chaos in turn 2. They are 5 wide going in down the back stretch. California. Darnell Matthew trying to hold his own in second. Here comes Caleb Hoffman. Five wide. They are literally 5 wide. One of them. They are literally. None of them's gonna fit. It coming out of 4. Now they're back to 4 wide. Obviously could have been a very hairy move for the 14 team. Here's what some drivers had to say. Some interesting radio communication. Easy, watch them coming like a bat out of hell. What that 14 did on that restart is pretty cool. Pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. Tell him to go get it. That was the 3 of Morrison talking to spotter Andy Houston. Wow, look at that. Jacob Troop is actually able to clear Nate Sherman in the 48 with Caleb Hoffman in the 19 behind him. And a whole host of group of cars down coming out of turn 4. There will be 5 laps to go. Oh, round goes a 3. 3. Brady collects the 2. Huge implications. Oh, he got somebody. I think it was a 16. The 16 spins down. Oh, one car up and did a full rollover here in the grass. Actually did 2 of them and comes to rest towards the pit wall. All but a big wreck here in the front stretch. As the 16 of Brendan Little is involved, the 43 of Powers, the 10 of Blake Dillon, the 2 of Robert Smith, one of the bubble drivers fighting for his spot in the championship. Hip with trouble. It's garage, guys. Garage, we're done. It's bring it to us. Paul, the nose is out, man. It's when he clipped the 16, I had nowhere to go but to just slide right into him. I'm sorry, guys. Come on, we're gonna repair this thing. If we don't fix this, we're in trouble. Brings the car down pit road. Blake Dillon has the wind on it down after his wild tumble. Mason Powers actually came to a stop in front of this group. The red flag is out, so they're going to clean the track up from this wreck. Got 2 Jackson Hunter on pit road. His pit crew is feverishly working their tails off to try to examine the damage. They're going to look to see if they get some tape. Hopefully try to measure it up. This could be a disaster for the 2 teams, Jackson Hunter. Bill. 11. Jackson Hunter on pit road said the nose piece is basically caved in, and we're gonna need to go in, try to put the hood up, Jackson Hunter's crew chief, Paul Wolf, very frustrated to say the least on the radio. Definitely went from a relatively struggling night, just went from that to desperation for the two. Well, I don't give a fuck what you guys are doing. Fix that shit. And heat of the moment, NASCAR, we have apologized for this language. The cars have stopped on the backstretch. And typically, if anytime we are have a red flag situation at a place like this, it's normally kind of a common situation. I don't know how it is. They let the drivers normally get out. At any other track, this would not be the case. But with the exception of what is going on here, especially the hot temperatures, they let the drivers get out of their cars and have a little bit of time to socialize. 43, Mason Powers. Straight to the garage. He's done for the night. Qualified 5th. Best qualifying effort since the 500. Mason Powers out of the car, very frustrated. Brendan Little. Good thing about his situation, he has a win in the bag at North Carolina. Otherwise, his chase hopes are basically done. Remember, he came back at the same track that very well could have put him out of racing due to his hit toward unprotected wall that jacked up his leg and back. Blake Dillon, look at the damage on that 10 car. Did 2 full rollovers before sliding at the exit of pit road. Thought he had it cleared and he got clipped. As soon as he dug into the grass and just ripped the car, caused it to flip about 3 times. 3 drivers, well, 4-car wreck that obviously could have been a lot worse. Not just in collecting drivers, but in how bad the wreck was. Robert Smith, the piece is done, but he cannot move till the red flag is lifted. Which means it gives us time to remind you that of the Wendy's race menu, the round of 16, 2 all first race, Sylvania 300 at New Hampshire, 12:30 p.m. Eastern with the Discover Card Countdown Green on TNT. Then we go out to the new Thunderhill Raceway Park at 2 p.m. Eastern on TNT. And then Saturday evening at 6 p.m. Eastern, we will be at the Texas Motor Speedway for the elimination race in the round of 12, round of 16. Then after that, we downsize to the round of 12. So, 5 laps to go. They've called the drivers back to their cars. Nice thing about this is the temperature seems to have cooled off slightly. lightly enough for these drivers to make it to the finish, but look at that. You saw Jacob Tube just lay down because of how hot it was. Now it's that last stretch of the race. And while you're watching this race on NBC, we are going to delay late local news because the conclusion of this race is probably going to run long. And if you're on the East Coast, make sure to tune in the Alternative.com post-race show on NBCSN, where after the race, here on NBC, after the race, we will get an interview with all 16 drivers. Drivers reveal the chase grid and interview the winner, which at the moment could be anybody out of the top 8. Statistically, a typical California race comes down to late restart. It's probably going to come down to who's going to make the biggest move and have the biggest balls to make the tightest move going into round 1. Robert Smith, technically he is kind of at a disadvantage with his new nose piece that he put on the car. All of this without losing 2 laps, even though the laps weren't counted. Means things could get interesting, to say the least. Pace car is off. We're going to have 3 laps to settle it in California. Jacob Tube, Nate Sherman down in the front row for the restart. Darnell Matthew making it 3 wide, but did he make a move? The move too early. The restart is under review. Here comes Darnell Matthew, 55, with a big time move. Move out of 2 down the bottom of the track. 2, can he get the lead? Not yet. Side by side, bounces off the 48. Contact. Here comes the 19. You gotta admire Caleb Hoffman's swagger, it seems like. It seems like this point of the year came on from Darlington, after his win at Darlington, it seemed like it would be a big moral boost for the chase. Hey, Darnell Matthew up the track. It's Nate Sherman. He's in the wall. Line 2 laps of racing to go. What about Hunter Miller? He's looking. But could the 19 have enough fuel to make it around, or could the 24 have anything to do? Could the 5 or the 14 of KFC Cup Series? He has not won it all this season. A win will lock him into the chase. Comes to the inside of the 5. Down the backstretch. Got one car with the hood up on pit road is the 2021 of Xavier Sandreska. He is not a factor. Through 3 and 4. KFC Cup Series out of the blue. Down to the inside. White flag. Last lap at California Speedway. And the final lap of the regular season. Look at this move by Hunter Miller straight to the inside. Oh, could he make it stick? Could he make it stick? Oh, he didn't make it stick. Up the track goes the 5. Up into the 14. Up into the 19. Can he spin it? Can he spin it? Spin it, spin it. Into the wall. The 5 spins it to the bottom. The 14 lets it drift. Jacob Tube comes through. And the caution flag has just been called. And the race winner is going to be Jacob Tube in the 24. Holy crap, that was tight. You gotta admire Hunter Miller's determination. This is the 3rd time this year, and both California races have ended under yellow situation. Jacob Tube in the 24 will come to the caution flag, and he will win. Tonight's Axalta repaint winners 400. Dylan Murway will finish 2nd. Caleb Hoffman 3rd. Derek Lewis 4th. Jonathan Morrison 5th. KFC Cup Series 6th. Hunter Rizzoni 7th. Nate Sherman 8th. Jonathan Wishart 9th. Eric Gamer 10th. Jake Basinger in the 56 11th. Apollo 88 12th. Zach Speed 13th. Darnell Matthew 14th. Hunter Miller, the man who got loose on the 14, got the 19 of the wall, yet he's still managed to make it around to finish 3rd. He will be scored in the 29th position. Well, 29th position. Last car on the lead lap. Jacob Tube breaks a long winless route that dated all the way back to Talladega earlier this year. And especially getting that win tonight for his sponsor, sponsoring this race. Sponsor win. California. We gotta show off the 16 drivers. Chase eligible. As soon as we cycle through images of the finish, we will have an official order, but it is confirmed. The 2 is out of the chase. It is confirmed the drivers out of the chase are the two. At the moment, we have the two out of the chase right now. Of the two car, Robert Smith, who is disappointing finish tonight. Here's the unofficial results. Jacob Tube first, Dylan Murway second, Caleb Hoffman third, Derek Lewis fourth, Jonathan Morrison fifth, KFC Cup Series sixth, Hunter Rizzoni seventh, Nate Sherman eighth, Jonathan Wisher ninth, Eric Gamer 10th, Jake Basinger 11th, Paul Emring 12th, Zach Speed 13th, Darnell Jessica Shelton 14th. Great run for her. Hot Wheels 44 15th, but not enough to get in the chase. Sports Center Cup Series is a chase driver. Alvin Alonso, Zox Moon, Grayson Alcebdo, DJ Harris, Peyton Beasley, M&M's Cup Series, Chris Washer, who won the very first Auto Club race in this series. Noah Spalding, 24th. Matthew Powell, 25th. Menards Cup Series, 27th. 6th. What If Racing, 27th. Darnell Jake Basinger, 28th. Sorry, Jessica Shelton, 28th. Yeah. Jackson Hunter, 28th. Hunter Miller, despite starting on the pole, finished 29th. Jackson Hunter and Robert Smith will be 30th, and these are the drivers that had issues tonight. Xavier Sandreska is 31st, and the three drivers that could not be tired from that, getting in that big pile up late. Here are your 2016 Chase for the Championship drivers. Derek Lewis makes his first chase appearance. Unfortunately, Eric Gamer is the final driver in the chase on points. Derek Lewis, Jonathan Morrison, Dylan Murway, Jacob Tube, KFC Cup Series, Caleb Hoffman, Nate Sherman, Hunter Rizzoni, Jonathan Wishard, Paul Moon, Zach Speed, Sports Center Cup Series, Zox Moon, Hunter Miller, Brendan Little, and Eric Gamer have all made it into the chase tonight here at California. They are the final chase drivers, the final 16. At the end of the round of 16, we find the 4 survivors that move on. If you guys enjoyed tonight's race, why not give a like, drop some comments, click that subscribe button, follow me on any social media network possible, and have a good night.